The Braen family's involvement in quarrying began in 1904 when Samuel Braen, at the age of 48, decided he no longer wanted to work for others. A story that has been passed down through the generations tells of Samuel Braen being owed a debt which was paid as a tract of land in the Valley of the Rocks, located near the Paterson-Totowa border in New Jersey. He subsequently started a small quarrying operation on that site, and the rest is history.
What really impresses me is that it seems that it's almost in the blood of Braens to want to be involved in the quarry.
We're a family business. We're in the fourth generation. We're 90 years old, so we're relatively new youngsters compared to the Braen 110 anniversary. But some of the statistics about this are pretty interesting. Only 40% of companies make it from the first to the second generation, and then 13% make it from the second to the third. 2% make it from the third to the fourth. And I don't know the statistics make it to the fifth because there's so few. It's certainly under 1%. And you see that now in Stone Industries and the whole Braen organization.
It's almost tough to wrap your head around it, how they produced and did what they did back 110 years ago. It kind of blows your mind the amount of work and effort.
Around 1928, Samuel Braen retired and relinquished control of the quarrying and contracting business over to his two sons, John and Abram, who conducted the business under the name of Samuel Braen's Sons. During the years that followed, the rapid growth of the area helped Samuel Braen's Sons to grow and expand its business to include multiple other construction-related fields. Following the footsteps of their father Abram, both Samuel Braen Sr. and John A. Braen also became involved in the family business, purchasing additional quarry locations across northern New Jersey and lower New York State.
My grandfather, they owned a lot of land, you know, and they had potential quarry locations that they never even ran, and they ended up just selling them off. And you know, and you always say, boy, I wish we had bigger operations, bigger quarry locations.
When you go back from the third generations, they controlled probably all the concrete plants, mostly all the quarries, mostly all the asphalt plants. So that was quite an empire was built from the third generation moving forward. And guess what? You got the fifth generations going strong right now.
In the 1950s, Samuel Braen Jr. entered the business under the tutelage of his father, Samuel Braen Sr. From the 50s to the 60s, the various businesses flourished, employing over 400 people. Samuel Braen Sr. was widely known to be a charismatic figurehead who coined the terms pioneers of progress, rock of Braen, and results, not excuses. For years, Samuel Jr. worked with Sr., learning the nuances of the industry.
Sam Braen Jr. was quite a guy. He always wanted the biggest and the best in anything he ever did. When you see Sam Braen's trucks, they were always washed, they were always clean. And that's the way he was. And whatever he built, whatever he did it right the first time. There was no second times.
A lot of things with your dad, with my dad, is he knew the business inside and out. You know, when you're younger and you think you know everything, I mean, I knew everything. You know, I was 17, man, I knew everything. But I tell you, a lot of the stuff that he told you, you know, it all comes true. It's just a matter of time, you know.
During the 1970s, some of the companies were sold. However, the Halden Quarry was retained by Samuel Braen Jr. and his wife Janet and renamed Stone Industries Incorporated.
When we started here in Halden, it was a very small office. It has just grown in leaps and bounds.
This location produces a wide range of aggregates, operates 2 hot mix asphalt plants, and as a New Jersey Class B permit holder, processes recycled block, brick, concrete, and asphalt. Samuel Jr.'s vision and perseverance enabled Stone Industries to grow and prosper through difficult times and business climates. His passion and attention to detail was legendary.
I had the privilege of being hired in late '59 or 1960. I did have a love of rock. The rock gets into your blood. Sam Braen Jr. was just a little younger than me, but he had a great vision. In those days, we would draw up sketches on a Sunday afternoon or Saturday of what he wanted. Sometimes they never even made the draftsman. And he was the one thought of the control tower, and he pictured what a plant should look like before you ever put the shovel in the ground. He was a visionary.
The thing that I'm most proud of about the business is our father, Samuel Braen Jr., because without the sacrifices he made, we wouldn't be here right now.
Like his father before him, Samuel Jr. also introduced the 2 eldest of his 4 sons, Samuel III and Scott, to the family business in the mid-1980s.
You know, when I was really young, you would see the trucks driving all over the place. You know, you'd be in town and you'd see Sam Braen trucks everywhere. And, so I guess, I saw that when I was younger, and then when I started working here, we were on the way up again, but we were only down in one single location, which was Haledon. Like I think a lot of family businesses, there's up and down cycles, so you had that drive to build it up to what it once was.
In 1990, Samuel Jr. and Janet purchased Van Orden Sand and Gravel in Ringwood to meet a growing demand from the existing customer base. This location produces granite aggregates and manufactured sand products that are excellent for masonry and concrete applications. Samuel Jr. faithfully ran the business until his untimely death in December of 1999.
Sam is like one of my heroes. He was as much involved in people's social activities as he was in the business. He wanted to know what was going on. Was everybody happy? Did they like what they were doing? And I'll always remember it.
If he wasn't here, he'd have you on the phone. He was constantly on the phone, so he'd be calling all the time. I'd be like, Dad, I gotta work, I can't talk on the phone all day, but he lived, ate and breathed this place big time.
When I started here, Sam told me, you probably won't have a job for very long because we only have about 13 years left in the quarry. So I said, oh, really? Okay. Well, now, 32 years later, I'm still here and the quarry is flourishing,
Janet assumed the helm of the Braen business interest, relying on stepsons Scott and Samuel III for their knowledge of operations and of the industry.
I determined once my husband passed away that the company was not going to end on my watch, that we were going to keep things going and make us even stronger.
The remaining 3 Braen children, Samantha, Dirk, and Joshua, are also involved, which makes them, along with Scott and Samuel III, the 5th generation of Braens in the quarrying industry. It takes hard work, but you also have to care about what you're doing. There also has to be passion there. And I think for the whole family, everyone is passionate about being here.
I'm so proud to have Samantha here, to have a woman involved. She's doing a great job. But the boys too, they all just seem to eat, breathe, and sleep the company.
We do more sales in a day now than we would do in a month, actually. When I first started working here, it was pretty close to that.
Braen Supply was formed in 2000 to meet the needs of our growing customer base. This division acts as both a retail and wholesale purveyor of masonry, landscape, and hardware building supplies.
really almost the face of the company, because we've always been behind the scenes. And here with that location is somewhere that the consumer, the retail end, comes in and they can see what we're all about.
In 2006 and 2012, the company acquired 2 additional quarries in Sussex County, Braen Aggregates and Braen Stone of Sparta, to build reserves and to enlarge our market reach. Braen Aggregates in Franklin produces a wide range of aggregate and sand products from limestone. The Franklin limestone produces superior sand products which have been used in everything from golf course bunkers to concrete pavers. Braen Stone of Sparta was originally the lime crest quarry, which was started by Thomas Alva Edison in 1906. A unique feature of this quarry is its mineral diversity, providing both granite and limestone deposits. With Braen supply growing at a rapid pace and the expansion into Sussex County from the Franklin and Sparta quarry locations, Braen business interests are poised to extend into the 6th generation and beyond.
It's a very honorable company. They're very caring. They got a great group of employees, and I just consider it a privilege to have been able to come back and view the progress.
Congratulations to the Braen organization. It is a tremendous accomplishment, and it is a validation of how they run their business and their lives. Great people make a great company. Congratulations on your 110th anniversary.
Congratulations on celebrating your 110th anniversary. Look forward to having our family members deal with your family members for another 110 years. God bless.
To the Braen family, to the company, happy birthday.
Congratulations to the Braen family on their 110th anniversary. So happy that I'm a part of it.
But one thing I learned working for the Braens in every generation, they do it right. There's no monkeying around. There's nothing hidden. And I see Mrs. Braen would do as much for a guy that just started here today than me that's worked with her for 21 or 22 years. They treat everybody equal, and that's a big factor today.
Congratulations, Braen Stone. We love you. 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations to 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
Congratulations on 110 years.
And congratulations to all of you for 110th anniversary.
I just wish my husband could see where we are today. He would be, I mean, maybe he does see us, but he would be so proud of his children and what they have accomplished here.